We left off last time with the storyteller challenge, and this is kind of a part two where they want to add an animated scene. So the first thing you're gonna notice is Winston playing the drums over here, and they added new ideas that you most probably haven't used before. This being the cosine and the milliseconds. So they explain what the milliseconds is. It's the number of elapsed milliseconds. So that's pretty self-explanatory. But you might not know what's going on over here besides that. So first of all, you have to know what a cosine function is. A cosine function is a function that looks like this. It is an endless continuous graph that doesn't go above 1 and doesn't go below -1. And it will always do this exact formation for negative infinity and until positive infinity. It will just keep going in this endless circle. So as you can see, the arms are just going up and down endlessly, and the legs are moving like that endlessly, the body's shaking endlessly. So what they did is that they made x equal cosine. So let's say 5 milliseconds passed. Well, let's say these are each milliseconds. Let's say this is 5 milliseconds. So it's gonna go up. The hand's gonna go down. Then the hand's gonna go hit the drum, and then it's gonna go all the way back up. You kind of have to mess around with where exactly it's going to go up and down, changing the values of the arm length and everything else, but essentially it's just going up and down in that graph function. So the reason why they did plus 98 is just to separate the arms, because if it was plus 0, probably would just be together, right? So anyway, let's add that back. Now they also did this to all the body parts, so the x is constantly changing with that, and the body parts are moving back and forth. So that's why the whole body is shaking. Notice how we did it with the head, and the rest is just the drum set. Sorry, they just drew that. So now we want to add it to our scenes. So they added in as another draw scene, where this is one of them, and they call it the mouse click function. So let's see what happens. They just literally added another scene, number 4, with this function, draw scene function. However, when you do it, you see that it's not moving. Actually, if you notice, if you do it very fast, it does move a little bit because time is passing. However, it's only drawing it one time. The reason it's doing this is because when it calls it, it's in the mouse click function, not the draw function. The mouse click function calls the draw function only once at that exact moment, and it doesn't continuously draw it because mouse clicked is only once. So how are we going to get around that? They make another draw function, and this draw function, when it's current draw scene 4 and current scene equals 4, it will go again, and this will be actually outside of it. So as you can see over here, they have a draw function that if its current scene equals 4, it'll keep redrawing it, and it's not called. This causes, when you mouse click, that does cause this one to draw, and then it'll go down, it'll draw everything, and then it should pause. However, since you have another draw function that if it's 4, it'll draw it, it keeps going back up to the top, rereading it and drawing it, then right over here, redrawing it, and it'll just go endlessly. The reason why it doesn't draw everything endlessly when you have a mouse click function is because if you have a picture like this, it will just keep redrawing it over and over again, and it can cause programs to crash just based off too much data going through, and also just inefficient, causing your computer to work much more than it needs to. So that is pretty much how this thing goes, and as you can see, it's regular. You could also mess around with it, use your own values and everything, but essentially this is what's going on.